What is up, guys, and welcome to Press Start. Today I'm going to be pressing start on Neverwinter. Every time I say Neverwinter, I feel like I have to hold myself like, Neverwinter Nights? No, not Neverwinter Nights, it's just Neverwinter. Now, Neverwinter came out on open beta just a few days ago, and I played an extensive amount of it. So I'm going to share my impressions that I have of the game so far. First, I gotta say I was extremely surprised with the MMO. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try Neverwinter. It comes out on open beta. Why not? Why not give it a shot, right? I played Dungeons and Dragons Online before, so I was like, okay, I might want to try this one out. Because Dungeons and Dragons Online was way too, I guess, technical for me. I feel like I could mess up my character straight out of character creation. I guess the proper term would be super hardcore. But anyways, Neverwinter takes D&D and puts it in a form that is available for everyone and not just hardcore players. But of course, it's not dumbed down by any means. You still have your dice rolls and your certain races that go with certain classes. Even though they say that you can play any race with any class, but I mean, look at this. This don't go with this. No, it don't, no. I think we all know what's standard in MMOs these days. It has to be action combat. Now, this is action combat, but you do stay still and you do click skills. You do have a limited amount of skills as well. I played a lot of hours and I just didn't really get tired of it. I think it has something to do about the weight of the combat when you throw a blow to an enemy and it just bursts back. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Anyways, I'm not going to get too technical because I'm eventually do a blind quest of this game. The first thing you mention when you get in a game is the breadcrumbs, the stardust from Fable. The breadcrumbs show you where you need to go for your quest, which is really good for new players that play the game and for me because I get lost sometimes in these open worlds. Which technically is not an open world game and it's not an instance game either. It's a combination of both. Of course you have your open world town, but then you travel to other places that are also open world. And then you have your quests that lead you into these little mini dungeons that you could bring your friends into. And there's a lot of those quests. And those quests could be soloed, but it's really good to have a companion with you, which you will get at level 16. And of course you can pick your companion as a role like a damage or a tanky or healer. I generally like having a companion with me and call it weird names and such. It's always good to have something else there with your, for me, I was a guardian. It's always good to have, you know, like a damage dealer with your guardian. You're always pulling people around, and then you have your wizard, which is my pet, do damage while I tank everything. Thinking back on it now, I probably should have gotten a healer for extra heals so I can actually tank a little bit better if I'm playing solo, but whatever. What got me continuing to play this game after, you know, the initial few hours that you play an MMO. I play a lot of MMOs, so it's like, okay, you pick it up for 2 hours, and you're like, not for me, probably. Put it off to the side. Not for this, though. It's the level of detail that they put into the game. First of all, voice acting, which, I don't know, it's a standard for me now. I have to have voice acting in my MMO, or I'm just not going to care about the story. Every quest that I took up had voice acting, which added to the experience of the game when I was playing through any of those dungeons. Yes, I do miss the Dungeon Master voiceover in the dungeons in D&D Online. It would have been good to have both voice acting and the Dungeon Master, but I mean, we don't live in a perfect world. You get it? Perfect World published the game? Yeah. Anyways, in the background, you're probably going to be seeing some bits and pieces of me leveling up in the world. Speaking of the world, you think you know a game. You think you like, okay, a forest. All right, it's been done. And then you go inside a dungeon and then things get flipped on you and there's traps everywhere. And then you're like, okay, I get it. And then boom, you're in some ridiculous looking world. And it's like, okay, they put some thought into this. It felt like every zone I went to, there was something different there. A different enemy, a different telegraph to the bosses. One day you're on a mountain and then another day you're on a floating island on a pirate ship. Yeah. Neverwinter Nights also has user-generated content. The Foundry. Any of you old PC gamers remember Neverwinter Nights toolset, right? Where you can design your own story and share it online. It's the same thing here, but except in an MMO. This really fills in the gap of, man, I have really nothing to do. Or, man, I'm really under-leveled. Well, why not try a foundry quest? You know, you have your story-driven, serious ones, and then you have slave traders doing push-ups on the side. And yes, you do get rewards like XP and gear for completing these foundry quests. At the end of the day, it's not a perfect game, but I enjoyed my experience with it so far. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like, share it with your friends, leave a comment, say what's up in the comment section below. And stay vigilant.